Us guitarists can find ourselves chasing sustain sometimes, whether it's perfect contact points, decking the stop bar on your Les Paul. I've even seen some companies that sell a piece of metal that attaches to your bridge just in the attempt to increase mass and thereby increase sustain. And it's just used as a general buzzword in a lot of marketing for guitarists. But what if less sustain actually sounds better? I'm going to go through some guitar styles where I think a quick, natural decay gives a better suited, more dynamic character than, say, a guitar that rings forever with a bland honk. I used to think funk was all about a Strat and a compressor pedal, and that is really cool, but vintage funk, like the Meters, early James Brown, has a different sort of vibe. They're often using hollow body guitars, which have less sustain, and give each note a sort of quick bounce, is the best way I can think to describe it, as opposed to, say, a long honk to the sound. See if you can hear what I'm talking about. It's not just hollow bodies. A solid body guitar with light string gauges and a low action can naturally cut sustain for a livelier feel. I remember reading an interview with Hendrix's guitar tech where he said Hendrix used to like using lighter gauge strings for his lower pitched, thicker strings because it would make them kind of snap and pop against the fretboards, and it would give them this like quick treble attack followed by a quick decay. You know, it's making the sound more dynamic. It's perfect for those kind of soulful R&B chord fills that he would do. You can hear it most evidently, I think, in the studio recording he did for Little Wing. A lot of my students are sometimes surprised by how much these tones come from basic playing technique and setup rather than specific gear. If you'd like any help with your playing, I do offer one-to-one guitar lessons. Details are in the description. 60s pop is another style where short sustain really captures that vintage feel. I think a lot of early Beatles recordings are a good example of this, where they're using those hollow body Epiphone Casinos, which are very similar to this 330. It will give their riffs a kind of lively, dynamic feel that I think almost defines the guitar sound for that era. Low sustain also gives classic blues and jazz guitar that rounded woody decay where the volume and energy of each note just naturally dissipates quite quickly. I think on this guitar, the combination of the hollow body, the wooden bridge, the fairly old played in flat wound strings all contribute to that lower sustain, which creates that mellow, smoky tone, which I think suits jazz and blues guitar just perfectly.